Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Living in Exhortation. My name is Maureen Mwendwa, and today we are going to be talking about overcoming the fear of failure. Many of us have come or found ourselves growing in environments where there was pressure to perform, to be the best. Especially if you grew up in an African home, I'm sure you are met with stories from your parents who always told you they were number one in class whenever conversations of your school performance always popped up. The most sought after lucrative degrees as well as career paths that raised not only the esteem and status of the individual but their family and community as well were doctors, engineers, lawyers, pilots, and such like. Therefore, the pressure to perform in school was immense. Any slight drop in your grades came with a scolding from your parents, if not a beating. In almost every lesson in class, there would be that one teacher who usually would threaten you with the notion that you'll be a failure in life because of getting certain grades in class or not being attentive as those who are always top in that specific subject. So, in short, you never wanted to find yourself in the category of failures in anything you put your effort in. You go ahead and enroll into university after high school, and you still find yourself putting in those shifts, that effort, the drive of becoming the best at what you do. You graduate and get your degree. You fortunately find a job or even start your own business. Your self-confidence is sky high because you have proven to yourself time and time again that you are good at what you do. Then, unexpectedly, you meet face to face with failure. Maybe your business does not pick up as you expected. Maybe your sales job does not seem to be getting the numbers in terms of targets you had set for yourself or had been set for that month. What happens? Fear creeps in. Anxiety and doubt follow. You start to think, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe this is not for me. What will people say when they find out that I am a failure? These are daily secret battles that many fight through from day to day. Some struggle with these thoughts without even talking to anyone about them, and they just have to push through. I'm here to categorically state that this is not a you problem, it is a societal problem. We have been brought up through an educational system that taught us there is no room for failure. In fact, you have no excuse to fail, and therefore, those who do are reduced to shame and embarrassment amongst their peers. Whether it's poor grades, whether it is a failed business, whether it is the loss of a job, you name it. Failure can come to us dressed in different overalls. I totally believe that this kind of thinking and narrative has become obsolete and must change for the next generation to have a better chance of success. Failure is not a destination by itself, it is part of the process. Failure, in my view, is just another way of learning something new. I believe no one in this world has gone through life and not failed at something. If failing isn't happening to your life, or to you specifically, it means you are not trying anything new. In so many cases, failing helps us understand a new way of not doing things. I believe icons, celebrities, successful business people, as well as role models have a bigger mandate in becoming more vocal about their flaws than their achievements. Don't get me wrong, it's great when you give others nuggets of how you made it to the top. It is even more special when you tell them of times when you failed and what you learned from it. Not only do you identify yourself with them at their level, but you also show the importance of the fact that success is not a perfect picture. Failing is always part of it. So many people fail countless of times before they succeed at a venture they are pursuing, but the stories of failure remain quiet. Why? Our programming. We have been programmed to only associate ourselves with success. Therefore, even our success stories are tailored or tailor made to reveal how perfectly aligned our achievements came to be. This is not true. Robert Greene, in his book called Mastery, states that there are two kinds of failure. The first one comes from never trying out your ideas because you are afraid of or because you are waiting for the perfect time. This is the kind of failure that should not or should be condemned. Why? It will never lead to growth. This kind of failure will only create timid people who never stretch themselves in order to see and experience their own true potential. I have been a victim of this kind of failure. I call it failure paralysis, and it's been there in my life for the longest time. I have to admit, I always waited for the perfect moment to start and execute ideas I had in mind. Truth be told, they never materialized. On the other hand, Robert also talks about another kind of failure. This one comes from a bold and venturesome spirit, so he says. These are the kind of individuals who are thrilled into taking calculated risks to see what happens. Robert Greene goes ahead and says, if you fail in this way, the hit you take to your reputation is greatly outweighed by what you learn. Repeated failure will toughen your spirit and show you with absolute clarity on how things must be done. I strongly believe this is what separates the good from the best. The best have come to realize that the more they fail, the more they learn. Many of these kind of people are those who sometimes the society deems to be average or even less than average. They were labeled failures so many times that they became accustomed to the name. Therefore, to them, they have nothing to lose by trying out new projects again and again. This enabled them to build a thick skin from criticism and just focus on learning from their failures and how to start over in a better way. In conclusion, therefore, I say, as the great American actor Denzel Washington puts it, fail forward. Food for thought? I choose to believe so. Thank you so much for listening. Until the next time, take care of yourselves and have a good one.